You may have not heard it. The treasury is empty. There is no money.
And as we have always indicated that had UPND not won, the country could have been worse. They destroyed Zesco.
This road was given to the Patriotic Front, but as soon as we won elections, we discovered that the contract was terminated.
So me, I'm very happy to indicate here that I'm part of the people sponsoring this unit in PF.
I want to send a message to PF tax. I can see they are regrouping now. The fact that we did not lock you up, the fact that we did not arrest you is not that we are not capable. We are just kind people. If you start regrouping now, we'll come for you in a heavy way.
It's been more than 4 years since the PF lost the elections and the UPND have been running the country. But surprisingly, the UPND still blames many of the issues in the country on the patriotic front, like the debt issues, the mining issues, load shedding and electricity issues, as well as many other things. Like if we go back to 2021, 2022, when the UPND government was still fresh, it was understandable because it was still fresh in government. Because a couple of weeks after the new government started to rule, when after the president was sworn in, the president had mentioned that the national treasury or the coffers were empty.
You may have not heard it. The treasury is empty. There is no money.
Which simply meant that the previous government had misused the funds, the country's funds, on maybe stuff like lavish lifestyle and corruption and many other things. But now fast forward, this is 2025. And next year, we're having elections. We have less than 1 year. This is like the 1st of November when I'm shooting this video. So we just have a few more months till elections. And still, during this period though, during the years 2021, 2022, 2023 up to now, they still blame everything that's wrong with the government, the Patriotic Front. Everything that's wrong in the country, they're blaming the Patriotic Front. For me, I think the best thing that the government should do is stick to their promises and their manifesto. But if we look at the promises, they made many promises that have not been fulfilled, like reducing the price of fertilizer, fuel, making the economy better, like the exchange rate, the dollar to kwacha exchange rate, and also making a 25 kg bag of mealie meal 50 kwacha, which maybe talk is cheap or politicians just make promises that they can't fulfill. But that's the best thing for them to do, is to focus on the promises that they made to the people. But then I was scrolling online and I came across some videos that there are some allegations that the UPND, the ruling party, has been meddling in the internal affairs of the Patriotic Front, the PF, the former government. And specifically, they were saying the Patriotic Front have been having issues at the Registrar of Societies, the department of the government that deals with the registration of political parties and all that stuff. Apparently, or allegedly, the former ruling party, the PF, have been trying to amend their party structure, but they've been having issues that's been going on. So let me just give you a short or brief deep dive. So the PF had broken down into factions after the 2021 elections. There was a faction owned by the late president, Edgar Lungu, one faction which is ruled by Robert Chivinga, and the other one that was ruled by Mao Sampa. So after Edgar Lungu died, there was some reconciliation that happened within the party. But right now it's like there are two factions. There's one that's being led by Robert Chivinga, and there's one that's being led by, I'm sure it's Given Levinda if I'm not wrong. But the issue that's going on now is that the government is recognizing Robert Chivinga as the acting or party president at the moment, and is not really, taking the words of the other parts seriously. It's really, really surprising, because if you watch ZNBC, or I don't really watch it, but sometimes I see some clips. I'm doing research for videos, I do see some clips about ZNBC and all that stuff. It's surprising to see ZNBC posting the opposition. I think Robert Chivinga is one of the first people in opposition who has been seen to be praising the government for what they have done and what they are doing and everything. If you haven't seen this, is the clip I'm talking about.
Leader of the opposition, Robert Chawinga, today held a press briefing in Lusaka where he addressed several critical issues.
But aside from that, this is just the issue that's been happening, in the country. I'm sure many people around the country are tired of them blaming everything that's going wrong on the patriotic front. So right now, look at the patriotic front. Right now, there's a bit of confusion that's been happening within the party as well as in other opposition parties, There's confusion that's been going on and many stuffs. Like a few days ago, I saw a post or an article where the president was alleged to have said that the opposition are free to assemble and have meetings and everything. But just a few days ago, there was an event that happened whereby some opposition members were arrested by the police because they were not allowed to hold meetings and everything. So this is what I just saw online. This is what I'm talking about. Anyway, people, let me know what you think about this whole topic, about the obsession that the government has with the patriotic front, about why they blame everything wrong that's happening on the patriotic front, when it's been more than 4 years of them being in power. Let me know what you think about this whole situation in the comments below. Remember to like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on my next video. Peace.